Have you ever looked at a person and realized, Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne? Well, this is Trace, and this is the Ghost Fleet. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're lost in the sauce, go check out my previous videos before watching this one, because you need to know why Trace is on a death match. You need to know why he's looking for vengeance, and you need to know why he is amazing at it. Enough glazing, let us begin. Picking up with the senator, having a conversation with Ward. He was clearly disappointed because he just found out he lost his truck, and he lost it to a man with a bow and arrow. This is idiotic. Just start from the beginning. So he started from the beginning. The operation was simple. This mysterious gentleman pulled up with a modified grenade launcher that shot out smoke screens, or rather gas canisters. Now you need to keep in mind, every carrier is skilled, so they were prepared for this. They had gas masks and everything. They stepped out of their car ready to put him down, but he knew this as well, because he was a previous carrier. Moving through the gas like a ninja, he takes off everyone's mask, and those he could not take off, well, he just beat their face in. And I mean everyone, because it wasn't just one unit, there were two. He crushed their faces, but he was careful enough not to kill anybody. He was that skilled. Do you know how hard it is not to kill a person? The senator, however, was growing very much frustrated. He said, stop with the glazing, get back to the story. Tell me about the bow and arrow. And he said, yes, the bow and arrow. Well, I hate to tell you this, but he took one shot and he blinded the freaking driver, causing him to just plow straight through a wreckage, knocking himself out. That's how he took the truck. I mean, the truck withstood the damage, but the driver was cooked. Trace was good. The senator, however, did not find this funny at all. Who is he? Ward lied, of course. I don't know who he is, because he was meant to kill Trace, remember? He said, stop playing with me. Who is he? Ward said again, I don't know. You lot have never lost a truck, and this guy just walks in and does it. You know, and I'm giving you 48 hours to find out if you don't. If you don't find out, well, I'm just going to end your life, and you know I can. Oh, by the way, condolences for your loss. Like a literal devil, he walked out, and it was as if evil left the room. Ward was going through it. I mean, Jesus Christ. Now he just finds out his ex-best friend is alive and actually fucking with his business. He asked his assistant to get him a file, one of the most dangerous men on the planet, hoping to God he wouldn't have to use it. Before he could leave, though, she asked him what did he mean condolences, and you could see Ward's face. He had a very sad look. Things were falling apart. Well, except for Trace. Trace was having the time of his life. He had gotten a truck. He had fucked over everyone who betrayed him. He was having a good life until over the radios, he heard a voice he hated so much. His ex-best friend. He responded on reflex. He was about to cut the wire, but then he heard him mention his dead wife. When will you stop hiding behind your wife? He apologized, I'm sorry. I knew that would get your attention, but you need to know the truck you stole belonged to the senator. Even Trace knew how dastardly that man was. He stopped the truck so fast, he almost crashed. Jesus. He started lashing out, destroying the inside of the truck. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Don't tell me that shit. He destroyed the radio for good this time and missed out the most important part. His friend's wife was dead. The person he betrayed his best friend for died regardless of the betrayal. His life was for nothing. Trace knew better than to stay with the truck after he found out who owns it. He decided to abandon it. He wanted to take the dog, but the dog didn't want to leave. Something was holding him there, and that same thing called out to Trace. He heard a voice, the voice of his best friend's wife. What the hell? His best friend at the moment, Ward, was remembering his past. He remembers the night he came home drunk and he heard his wife scream, only to step in and see Trace and his wife baking. Trace said, hey, why don't you go ahead and cook? Let me talk to Ward, because he knew his best friend was a wreck. He took him outside and said, bruh, who is she? Who are you cheating on your wife with? And it was quite clear he wasn't cheating. He was just a wreck. No man should have to lose the love of his life. And honestly, Trace understood, but you can't let her see you like this. She needs you to be strong. She needs you so she can fight. Take a moment, then come back inside. Ward, however, was over it because he had gotten word that they could heal his wife. And at that moment, that was when everything started to fall apart for him. Back with Trace, though, he was still hearing them voices, so he went in to confront it. Hello? Hello? Sarah. He heard nothing. Then he realized, boy, you're losing your mind. And then he hit him. A wave of power so strong, no human being was ever meant to experience such things. This wave of power seemed to have emotion. Hello, Trace. Remember me? Everyone was having a bad day. Even Ward in the office came out stumbling drunk because honestly, he was tired. He was tired of working for the devil. He was tired of everything, especially the fact that he was keeping the fact that his wife died from everyone. His life was a wreck, but Trace's life was burning hell. He heard the voices in rage. You've seen my brother. I sense my brother from you. He has my brother. Do not let him take me. You know who I am. You know my name. And before him stood his friend, Sarah. But this was not Sarah. They didn't even sound alike. Who are you? Stop wearing that face. And he said, oh, you know who I am. Look at me. Look at me really well. Say my name. Say my name, Trace. And Trace honestly couldn't. This person was beyond him. With every passing second, he couldn't stand to be in this thing's presence. He was falling apart. Sadly, that was not the worst of them, because someone else was coming. Remember that brother we spoke about, the most dangerous man on the planet? Yeah. Ward gave him a call. It was time for him to work, but he was busy at the moment. You would think the shorty on his arm was honestly his girl, but nah. That was the daughter of his target. He was a super assassin, and I mean that word. As soon as he saw his target, he put a blade in his head in front of his kid and used his free arm to crack her neck. When he was done, he said, hold on, Ward, stepped in the lobby and decimated the forces of his target like a demon. He enjoyed every second of this. This was his life. This was his art, and he loved it. He was good at it. And mind you, Ward was still on the call. Ward actually asked him, are you busy? Can we talk another time? He said, nah, bro, you good. Tell me the mission. This brother had a whole army before him, and he was asking for mission details. Jesus Christ. All this, hiring such a demon just to find a truck. And then we realized that something terrible has happened because we followed Trace as he woke up, lost and confused. It was a lady waking him up, and he looked at her and asked her a simple question. Where's my truck? It's about to be really fun because when you think about it, Trace himself is a demon, and now he's about to face off against another demon who's looking for a truck he had just lost. My God.